Hey, it's Kamori, and today we're going to be making Rise's skirt. For the base of the waistband, I'm using the yoke back from McCall's M5431, and I'm actually going to be using this to make the entire waistband instead of just the back. So instead of cutting 4 of these, I'll be cutting 8 of the pink houndstooth material. And it is a pattern material, so remember to try and have your direction going the same way as much as possible. So I'm going to have the longer portion facing downwards towards the hem of the skirt. And then we went ahead and zigzagged around the edge of these using pink thread. And Rise, for her skirt, she has these little weird zippery things, one on each side and then one in the center of the waistband. So I made a pattern for that. It's about 1.5 inches at the bottom, and then it just matches the edge of the pattern there. And I cut 6 of these out of a silver vinyl, stretch vinyl, and then marked 1/2 inch increments along the edge and 1/2 inch in, and this is to allot for seam allowance on either side, and then made a zigzag pattern with pen along the middle of it, and then sewed over that using black thread so that when you flip it over you have a zigzag zippery pattern to it. And then assemble the skirt together, having the straight portion of the yoke being the front and the back, and then the slightly more curved side for the sides of the skirt, and then inserting the silver piece in the sides and then in the center. And it's going to start to look something like this. We're just going to keep doing these steps until we have enough for essentially 2 waistbands. There's going to be one for the front, and then the other is going to be used as a lining. After the 2 waistband pieces are assembled, pin them together with the right sides together, and then sew them along the back, or along the top rather, and then flip them right side out, press, and you'll have your nice waistband. Next, you can sew the 2 pieces together along the bottom part of the waistband. This is just to anchor it together and make it easier to put the pleats on later. Next is to cut the pieces of the base skirt. After measuring the length of your waistband at the bottom, multiply this number at least by 3 so you'll have enough fullness so that you can have enough fabric to pleat, and then decide on a length you want of your skirt, making sure to add enough room for seam allowance. If you can't fit all your fabric in one straight shot, you can cut multiple pieces and then sew them together, and then press your seam open to have enough fabric to pleat for your skirt. The next step is to hem the bottom of the skirt. I used a rolled hem because personally I just like that effect better. And then you can go ahead and pleat your fabric. Once you have your fabric pleated, sew it along the top just to help keep the pleats in shape, and then you can sew on your waistband. We're almost done. Now add a zipper into your skirt. In the back you can use whatever method you prefer, and I used a pink zipper so it would blend in a lot better with the rest of the fabric. The last step is to sew on 4 silver buttons, 2 on each side of the central zipper, and then with that the skirt is done.